Hello and welcome to today's solve of a prize crossword by Brendan. This was originally published in the Guardian on Saturday the 24th of September 2022. I've had this one lying around for a little bit. I've been meaning to solve it for a while and I'm finally getting round to it. I do know that Brendan is quite tricky, and if he's in the price slot, I dare say it will be even harder than some of his daily cryptics that I often see during the week. So looking forward to this one. There will typically be a theme of some kind, whether that's obvious from the clues or not, I guess it remains to be seen, but let's take a look. 9 across, recast the three leading characters in play not well. Not sure on that one. Definition could be not well. Recast automatically makes me think of anagram indicator, possibly of in play plus three other letters, but where those leading characters come from isn't clear. Okay, one down. Olympian, English family raised. Definition is Olympian, probably is some kind of god. E for English, and kin is family reversed. Name of David's girlfriend, but her heart wasn't in it. David could be referring to the biblical character, could be referring to something else, where the middle of her name isn't there, but it's still the name of David's girlfriend. This doesn't help with 9 across. What's 2 down? Division in church exists between ends of spectrum. Well, ends of spectrum is S and M, so presumably then the definition is division. Church, that can abbreviate to many things, CE, CH, but I suspect that we can at least say that about the answer so far. And church exists between ends. Exists sometimes abbreviates to is. Yes, okay. And then CH for church, and schism is a division. 13 across. Does, for example, what's wrong in France? Cutting wages. Not sure where the definition is yet, but what's wrong in France? The French term for wrong is mal, I believe. If you have a malady, if something is incorrect, it's ill. Wages of fees. Oh, and it's not does. That's the definition, actually. It's does, as in dear. And if you put fees around the outside, where mal cuts wages in, as in is inserted, females. 4 down. A. Bachelor pursued by so-called queen. Leader in sisterhood. Possibly a reference to some sort of nunnery or that sort of idea, something religious. Not sure yet. What's 5 down? Reflective quality, about top spy, mystery, oddly. I'm guessing the definition is reflective or reflective quality, and the letters of mystery plus another letter for top spy. And now you see in James Bond, the top spy there was M. And if you add the letter M to mystery and jumble it up, you can make the word symmetry. And that's a reflective quality, at least in mathematics. It's 19 across. For example, 23 preceded by 17, 21 in novel. Oh, no idea. But this could be the start of our theme, potentially. Let's have another look at 9. Recast the 3 leading characters in play. Not well. Well, I think incapably would fit. And that is the letters of in play. Oh, and you also have ABC, which are the 3 leading characters of the alphabet. Oh, that's a tricky one. Where I keep something secret, but not my hand. Oh, well, the phrase that springs to mind here is up my sleeve. So magicians would sometimes use that. 11. This looks like name of David's girlfriend. Ah, it's Emily. And I think David Copperfield, his childhood girlfriend, was known as Little Emily, but without the I. Oh, that's quite nice. 13 down. Honours we hear, homophone, those dealing with life and death matters. Let's see. Honours we hear, those dealing with life and death matters. Yes. Fates. If you honour, you fate. But fate spelt like this is actually life and death matters. I believe in Greek mythology, the fates were a group of 3 women who represented one's destiny, I think. Which is interesting because we've got the word females here. Coming off that is a reference to a group of 3 females, so there may be something in that to bear in mind. 12 across, furious triad. Okay, 3 of Brussels bureaucrats ahead of a fateful day. Not sure. 14. Scene of drama in which masked man wields knife. it's a it's a it's a slight double definition in the sense that one can go to the theatre to watch the drama unfold, or indeed, if one's in an operating theatre, then usually the surgeons, if they cleaned appropriately, are wearing masks. "16 down, 11, which is Emily. Pen name, some embellished. Oh, it's an embed actually. Emily Bronte's pen name was Alice, and it is included in the word embellished there. Okay, so there's a reference to Emily Bronte indirectly. Interestingly, they were a trio, Emily, Charlotte, and Anne Bronte. There's definitely something going on here with groups of three and relations. Name, first of female trio, annually. Definition here is name. Oh, that's clever. In the calendar, April, May, and June. Oh, this is great. April, May, and June are a reference to 3 consecutive months, all of which happen to reference female names. That's very good indeed, of which April, of course, is the first. Indicator of tense change in excited raptor, such as a hawk. Definition here is a hawk. It's such as a hawk. Raptor, predator would fit, and oh yes, of course, Ed is tense change. So you can put it at the end of a word. Venerated. Female heard but not seen in programs. Oh, this is heard but not seen. That's quite a nice homophone indicator there, but programs plural like that, you can refer to them as series, at least here in the UK. I think in the US, seasons is more common, but series, and spelt this way, Ceres is a one of the Greek goddesses. Divine female. Well, given the sort of theme we're looking at here, one sibling. Well, I can tell you now that Isis is a divine female in that sense, and one and cis for sibling is how that's made up. Sun allowed to do survey, and that's scan. S for sun, and can is allowed to do. Furious. Triad of Brussels bureaucrats ahead of a fateful day. Oh, that's Eumenides. Ides is the reference to the fateful day, the Ides of March, which took place as part of Julius Caesar, or at least involved Julius Caesar. And EU men are Brussels bureaucrats, and the Eumenides were known as the Furies, amongst other names. That must be Abbes. Yeah, Abacha is AB, and then Bess is so-called queen, and that's a leader in sisterhood. What each little woman had in play. Little women, little woman. Oh, this is a gem actually. So the title of one of Chekhov's plays, The Three Sisters, but in the book by Alcott, Little Women, there was 4 sisters, I believe, and hence each of them had 3 sisters. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, getting closer to be able to do that. It's 15 down. Removed in period, prescribed, but not the first time. I think the definition here is removed. Period is probably era, just because of the letters we've got. Oh, prescribed is dictated, and if you take the T out of that, you can put the rest of it in. Arranged dowries, anagram of dowries, as members of Shakespearean threesome. Oh, that's got to be. That's got to be the Three Witches, hasn't it? Yes, weird sisters, weirdos. Okay. Okay, it's a slight reference there to the fact that they were the weird sisters there in Macbeth. Girl hiding sisters last is the letter R. Tall. Okay. So a wench is a girl, and put an R in there, you have a wrench. 26. Vessel carrying vital supply from China or Taiwan. Definition here is vessel, because I can't think of anything that involves Taiwan. It could be biological. Oh, it's an embed actually. You can see it's embedded here, and aorta is a very important vessel in your body. 7. Girl taking a course from Exeter to Leeds. Oh, this is great actually, but you need to know your UK geography. So if you start from Exeter, which is in the southwest of the UK, and progress to Leeds, you take a northeast approach, which is what that's referring to. And Anne is the name of a girl, but it does actually also support Anne and Emily. So I am expecting to see Charlotte in here, or if it's not an answer, at least referenced in the clue somewhere. 23 down. Novels heroine, passionate with extreme letters exchanged. Okay, just because of the okay, so torrid as a word is passionate, and if you swap the letters of that around, you can make the word Dorrit, and Little Dorrit fits quite nicely there as the theme as well. 29. Growth man cut in case. Definition here is growth. Okay, so case is action. So if you think about taking a legal action, you have a case. So the other way around in this case. And man in this case as a verb is to crew. You crew a boat, and accretion is growth. Dorrit, 3 sisters. This is another. Oh right. Yes, in Dickinson's book Little Dorrit, the first name was Amy. But also, in terms of the 3 sisters, and in the book Little Women, I believe Amy was the youngest of the sisters, I think. I haven't read it in a long time. Almost everyone, possibly all without the last letter, protested in a way about a fierce dog. That's Alsatian. Let's have a look at that. Actually, it helps if you spell it correctly as well. Yeah, all, A-L, mostly, or almost, so those 2 letters, and then satin is protested, in a way where around A gives you a dog. Alcott and her characters represented as sweet. Definition is sweet. It's an anagram in that case of Alcott and her. Well, in the UK, there are things such as apple charlottes. That's a sweet, but I'm more interested in the fact that Charlotte is also going with the clue, sorry, with the theme of Emily and Anne Bronte. 25 down with an L. 1721, three sisters constituted issue for this tragic father. That must be Lear, King Lear. He had three daughters. Actually, issue is an old term for child or son, for instance. Field and bowl. I think that's arena. I think arena bowl. Oh, is that why Americans call them bowls because of their shape? But we'd say arena in the UK. 18 down, Ruby, embracing Victoria or Virginia, in other words. Okay. I think that wants to be restated. Yes, it is. Red is Ruby. And if you look at Victoria or Virginia, that's just a state. 24 down, preserve line with large family. Okay, so if you preserve something, you can can it, and alpha line gives us the answer and definition, which is family. Gosh, I think we're done. Amazing. That was a fantastic crossword, and I loved the theme around Bronte sisters, Little Diet, three sisters there. Brilliant. And I know you probably need to know your literature to necessarily be certain of some of the answers, but nonetheless, I think this crossword is still very much solvable even without that knowledge. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next one.